Okay, guys, this is Miss Sani. I decided to do a little bit of FaceTime because there's a few of you guys who I really haven't seen in so long. And I know that you also haven't been able to like make it to advisory. But regardless, I know that for a lot of you, I've been able to talk with you in Google Forms and over the phone and even through text message. So that's been awesome. But I want to come to you with a little bit of like, reminders and, announcements, things that keep coming to mind. And I'm like, gosh, if I had everybody here in front of me in regular school, I would be able to communicate with you on those things. So from the meeting from this morning, which is June 8th, we had Mr. Buffo in the group with us to discuss a little bit of information, and a few things that came up that I definitely want to communicate with you guys are two things. One, it's registering for the SAT, and two, it's the personal statements. So first, let's start with the SAT. So with the SAT, something that Mr. Buffo spoke about is the fact of registration. So for a lot of you, you were wondering like, when do I register? How do I register? What dates do I register for? So the key thing that he cleared up for us was that for those people who have never taken an SAT, they would have taken it in June. And being that we're in a pandemic, the June date has been eliminated. And all those people who were registered for the June SAT will now be able to take it in, will have first dibs for the October date. So they're like first in to register. However, that does not mean you cannot register for the October SAT. All it means is that there's not going to be a lot of space, and there won't be testing sites that will be near you. So when you punch in your zip code, it will allow you to see all the testing sites that are nearby and that have available space. But that is limited, okay? Because now we're really, really close in a sense to that next SAT, and the spots fill out fast. So as a backup, you have an opportunity to take the November SAT, and that will allow you to get a testing site that's near your home. No one wants to travel super, super far to go to a testing site, right? No one wants to travel an hour or go deep into Queens, you guys already know, to try and take the test. So November would be like the next best time to take the SAT. So punch in your zip code, find a testing site that's near you, and get something that's close to home, and so that you can register for it. That's what came to mind for that. Oh, the waiver code I sent to most of you. Again, if you did not get it, please text me so I can send you the waiver code so you don't have to pay for the SAT. And thirdly, you can register for more than one SAT at a time. You just have to register fully through the whole thing before you can register for the next one. So let's say you register for the October SAT. Once you're finished completely registering, you can then also sign up for the November SAT at the same time. So that's really good to know. You can take the SAT up to 3 times, but after the 3rd time, it becomes a little redundant, okay? So, you're not gonna jump 1,000 points if you take it a 4th time. What you're gonna start to see is that you may inch up a little bit over time, but there may be a point where you just reach like a even scaling, like the overall number will be about the same. So don't worry about taking it multiple times. Next, we also talked about personal statements. So as I've said before, the personal statements are, for right now, just a draft. So you don't have to be too concerned about perfecting it. All it really takes is for you to just get started. Shout out to a bunch of you. You guys have already like submitted and are asking me tons of questions about what you can do, how you can write it, things like that, to try to, get yourself in the right frame of mind to get your personal statement started. But the key is really just to get started. and also to please sign up for Story 2. So from my understanding about Story 2, it really is a great device to use or website to use so that you can submit any paragraphs or 2 paragraphs that you've written to Story 2 so that they can read it, give you feedback, comments on it, all those things so that you can you know, get started on your drafting of your personal statement. And with that being said, even if you get stumped, Story2 has this great 40-minute video, and I know that sounds really, really long, but I watched it. I forwarded a little bit. I mean, you know, but if you have the time to watch the full thing, that's great. But if you don't, I would say maybe fast forward maybe 10, 15 minutes in so you can start there. They give a lot of good ideas. And remember that the key is really to let your essay stand out. And I know that sounds hard, but as I shared this morning, when I think of my own essay that I wrote for my college essay, I don't think it stood out. I think it was a little lackluster. I think it described me like it didn't really tell a story. It just described everything that like you could see on like a resume. You know, somebody who's looking at my application could easily just read what I already filled in. What the point of a personal statement is for really you to draw emotion from the person reading your statement. So you want to make people cry, you want to make people laugh, you want to make people feel angry. Like that's the point. You want to draw emotion from the person reading your statement. So with that being said, you know, really, as I've said to a few of you before, you know, really try to elicit emotion as you're writing. I feel like if I had the opportunity to write my statement again, if I was back in college, like I probably would talk about a piece of jewelry or a cooking pot, you know, something that is part of your family where you can imagine yourself in that moment, or how you use that piece of jewelry, or how you use that ball that a grandparent gave you, or whatever the case may be. Like how does it elicit emotion? How could you make someone feel that they were sitting right next to you to to experience what you experience? That's ultimately what it's about. It's the art of storytelling. That's how you draw a college admissions officer to you, to want to say this person deserves to be in our school. Okay, that's the key thing there. So, you know, use this time as we're nearing the end of school to really draft out something that you will be proud of. And again, it's really all about getting started. No one is asking you to write out a whole essay right now and for it to be 100%. The key is just to get started, right? With anything, the key is to get started. So those are the 2 things that I really wanted to talk about. You know, if you guys have questions for me, let me know. I really hope that a video like this is helpful to you, because I really do miss seeing you guys. And I know it's nice to see Miss Sonny, like you guys will see me on a daily basis. So, you know, if you have questions, comments, concerns, let me know. And maybe I'll do another one of these, because it's helpful for me to try to get a message out to you guys. It's hard in even like a text, or sometimes even in writing, to verbalize how my passion behind my sentences. So, you know, I hope that this cleared up a lot for you on these 2 things. And, you know, as we continue to have advisory, it'll be, yes, college focused, but I also like don't want to forget all that's happening like within the world. So please also do let me know how you're feeling. And I really hope you guys are in good spirits and the beautiful weather is helping you feel even a little bit better. You know, open up a window, open up your blinds, like let the fresh air and sunlight in. We need it. You know, we're home, we're stuck at home, and these are really weird times, and they continue to be weird times, but I know we're going to get through this like everything else. I have a super resilient advisory, and I pride myself on that. So kudos to you guys. And if this was the, you know, little push that you guys needed to do what you have to do, I hope that I was able to provide that to you. All right, guys, until next time, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you on the flip side.